Your current perception of the physical world isn't a direct window into reality, it's a biologically generated model. Our senses don't record the external world like a camera. Instead, they capture a highly compressed stream of data, which the brain then reconstructs into a delayed interpretation of what's happening around us. Because we can't process every detail of the environment, the brain is constantly making best guesses, filling in the gaps of information it lacks to create a stable, functional picture of our surroundings. This creates a tension at the core of our existence. If our baseline perception is just a biological guess, how can we rely on it to answer ultimate questions about our origins or our purpose? Because our biological hardware limits us, we cannot demand a perfect, unmediated view of objective reality. We have to work with the filtered stream of data we're given. When we face the unknown, we naturally crave binary certainty, a clean, 100% true or false answer. This map of the cosmic microwave background shows the thermal limits of the observable universe. The binary trap breaks down here. Physicists found dozens of fundamental constants, like proton mass or gravity, that must exist in an impossibly narrow range to allow for life. This creates an explanatory gap. We cannot recreate the Big Bang in a laboratory to get a definitive binary proof of why these numbers exist. Whether this is a staggering coincidence, a result of a multiverse, or an intentional design is a question that currently sits beyond the reach of absolute empirical proof. Demanding a binary proof for the cosmos is a dead end. The universe's scale simply exceeds our ability to run a controlled experiment. This mystery isn't just out there in deep space. It's inside our own heads. It's what philosophers call the hard problem of consciousness. There is a divide between the brain's physical mechanics and subjective experience, or qualia. This is the sensation of what it feels like to exist. Even a perfect map of every neural pathway in the brain cannot explain why we have an internal, first-person experience, instead of just being biological machines performing tasks in the dark. Some try to dismiss this gap as a trick of the brain, but that fails to account for the one thing we are most certain of, our own conscious reality. Because both the universe and our own minds contain these unbridgeable gaps, the proven versus unproven framework isn't enough to help us understand the world we live in. To move past the binary trap, we can look to a different kind of rigor: Bayesian, or probabilistic thinking. Bayesian thinking relies on prior probability, the baseline likelihood of an idea before examining specific evidence. Think of a coin flip. If someone flips 10 heads in a row, the chance is 1 in 1,024. That baseline dictates the evidence needed to believe them. We can apply this to reality itself, stopping the search for one piece of evidence that ends the debate. Instead, we ask which worldview, whether naturalism or theism, best accounts for the complex data we actually observe. This scorecard lets us compare how well each worldview explains what we see. We measure the cumulative weight of the evidence to see which hypothesis is the most uniquely probable among all the competing ideas. Moving from binary proof to probability allows us to engage with the unknown without pretending to have a certainty we haven't earned. It is a tool for exploring the world with logical honesty.